Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm a midwife, childbirth educator and founder of Birth Inspirations Childbirth Education Classes, and we're having a baby today. And what we're going to talk about is the cervix. Cervix is the little muscle up the top in the vagina there, and it's about this big. 4 centimetres it is in length. It's quite thick, has a tiny little opening at the moment. When you're in labour, that opening opens up to 10 centimetres dilated, but you have to have lots of contractions before that will actually happen. It would be much easier if we had a little zip that we could open and the baby could just fall out, but that's not going to happen. When you're in labour and you're having contractions and it's pushing down on the cervix, starts to open up. And the cervix is 3 centimetres dilated, you're in early labour. So this is you at home. You're walking around, you're having a bath, having a shower, having something to eat, moving into different positions. This is where your cervix will be, about 3 centimetres dilated, and you can see it's still quite thick, it hasn't thinned out yet. As you start to progress into labour, the cervix starts to thin out and starts to open up a bit more, a bit more, a bit more. Then it will get to about this size. So that's about 4 to 5 centimetres, and that's usually the time that you would come into hospital. Now, you don't know that your cervix is this big when you come into hospital. Only a vaginal exam can show you that. And a vaginal exam is where the midwife or the doctor places 2 fingers into your vagina, and we feel the cervix. We're feeling how thick it is, we're feeling how open it is. I know that if I was doing a vaginal exam on you, I would have my fingers that big, and that would represent about 4 to 5 centimetres. But we can't stop at 4 to 5 centimetres. We actually have to get to 10 centimetres dilated for you to be able to push your baby out. So you continue to have contractions in the hospital. And they're intense contractions, and you're breathing through them and you're moving through them. Having a bath, you are having a shower, it continues to open up, the labour becomes more intense until you get to about 10 centimetres dilated. So that tiny little cervix that we started with has now totally thinned out, and it is about 10 centimetres dilated. Now, Finley's in here. Finley's in the uterus. That is the uterus, and that is the cervix. So when you have the contractions, it pushes down on the baby. The baby comes down, and we can see the baby moving towards it. The cervix is opening up. The cervix is opening up a bit more. We can see there, not fully dilated yet, but the cervix is opening up more and more and more until the cervix is now fully dilated and the baby is ready to be born. With a few big pushes that you have, and pushing can take a couple of hours, it could take 20 minutes, it could take an hour, it could take 2 hours, just depends on who you are and what your labour is doing. Eventually, the baby will be born. Okay, stay tuned for more.